Hello, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Okay, so are you listening? And the slide is visible. What is the topic today? What is the topic? Okay, good. So you're seeing the slide also. So let's begin now. This topic for today is parotid gland. We're going to study about the parotid region. And in this region, parotid region, we will study about the parotid salivary gland and the parotid lymph nodes. Okay, this th these are the two structures which we'll study in the parotid region. One thing about parotid region, can anyone tell me what is the nerve supply of the skin supplying the parotid region? What is the nerve supply of the skin covering the parotid region? Which nerve innervates the skin overlying the parotid region? Simran Vohra, cervical branches is correct answer. Now, which nerve? C2, C3 is also correct. Which nerve supplies the skin over the parotid region? C2, C3 ventral division is correct. Simran, Deepa. Nobody. That means you're not studying, you're not revising, you're not going through the books after the lectures. It has been taught to you. Remember, I told you that in the entire face is innervated by the three divisions of trigeminal nerve, V1, V2, V3, except the angle of mandible. Yes, Akash Chaudhary. So it is great auricular nerve. बहुत अच्छे से पढ़ाया गया था, but it means you are not studying from the book. So it's great auricular nerve that innervates the skin overlying the parotid region. Okay. So now what is parotid region? Parotid region is the angle of the jaw as well as the area in front of the mastoid and area in front of the external auditory meatus and behind the ramus of the mandible. This area is the parotid region, and in this area you find the largest salivary gland. This largest salivary gland is called the parotid salivary gland, and this largest salivary gland is what type of salivary gland? Is this a mucus salivary gland or a serous or a mixed salivary gland? So Uday Jain, you're correct. It is serous salivary gland. Remember, so serous salivary gland has this advantage that it also secretes enzymes which initiates, or you can say it helps in digestion. Okay, so it is a serous type of salivary gland, a largest salivary gland. Now, location of the parotid gland. Can you see this location of the parotid gland? It's a largest and an inverted three-sided pyramidal lobe. Okay? Inverted three-sided pyramidal. A pyramid might have like a three-side or a four-side. So it has this outer surface, then you have an anteromedial surface, and a posterior anteromedial and a posteromedial surface, the three surfaces, as well as the base, which is above, and apex directed downwards. So it is resting actually in between the ramus of mandible and the mastoid process. If you talk about the bony processes in a skull, the area here lies between the ramus of mandible anteriorly and posteriorly. It's the mastoid process. Above, it's the external auditory meatus with the tympanic plate. And if you include musculatures also, then its anterior portion rests over this masseter muscle. Posteriorly, it rests on the anterior border of sternocleidomastoid. But the deeper portion rests over the posterior belly of digastric. There you find its location. Got it? Then its anterior border, somewhere around the midpoint, it has a duct called the parotid duct or the Stenson's duct, which is around 5 centimeter long. It traverses, it crosses transversely, reaches to the anterior border of the masseter, and then twists medially, and then perforates the intervening structures in the cheeks and opens opposite the second molar, upper second molar in the in the gingivo-buccal vestibule on the mucosal surface of the cheeks. Okay. So you have seen this location. Make sure you have learned this, because when it's a question on parotid gland, normally it's a long question. If it's a 10 marks question, you have to write all the details regarding, it's right from the location, and it's everything about its dimensions and everything. But it might even be of 15 marks sometimes now, because your syllabus includes, there are two long questions of 15 marks even. So in case if it's of 15 marks, it will include the histology portion of all salivary gland also. Okay? So make sure you learn this properly in detail. That was about the location of the salivary gland. Here it's another view. You've seen that this is the inverted pyramidal shape, this parotid salivary gland between the mastoid and angle of mandible, and it partly rests over, and the anterior portion partly rests over this, or you can say the anteromedial surface rests over the masseter. Posteromedial surface rests over the posterior belly of digastric, and the posterior border overlies the anterior border of the sternocleidomastoid. And the Stenson's duct you're seeing is crossing transversely to the anterior border of the masseter and then piercing buccinator muscle. And in the buccinator muscle, it has an oblique course, not transversely. Okay? It opens obliquely. Remember, ureter, when it was opening into the urinary bladder, there were constrictions in the urinary ureter. I told you that was also a question to be asked, that the various constrictions in the ureter. So one of the last constriction the ureter was the intramural portion, when the ureter obliquely traverses the urinary bladder. So because of anything which is obliquely traversing a musculature, it will always stay compressed, right? So that's the advantage here also, that Stenson's duct, when it perforates the buccinator muscle, it traverses this muscle obliquely, so that when you blow, which muscle is called the whistling muscle or a blowing muscle? It is buccinator, but not alone. Buccinator can be used, buccinator plus orbicularis oris. Very good, Akash. So buccinator helps to approximate your cheeks towards your gingiva, right? But to blow your air, you need to purse your mouth as well. For that, you have to have the role of constrictors of oral cavity, that is orbicularis oris. So buccinator and orbicularis oris together are called the whistling muscle. Together, these two muscles helps in whistling. Okay. Then after dissection, this is a dissected specimen of the parotid gland. You can see this parotid gland in the parotid region, right in front of the ear or just behind the ramus and the angle of mandible. There you find is this Stenson's duct, and this muscle here is masseter. So this parotid duct traverses this masseter transversely at its anterior border. It has a medial twist, right? So this is masseter muscle. Then overlying to this masseter, there are branches of facial nerve, and they're emerging out from the anterior border of the parotid gland. So remember that facial nerve terminally divides into its 5 branches, which innervates the muscles of the face. They all emerge from the anterior border of the parotid, so they are seen to be overlying here over the substance of masseter. And this is the facial artery. Remember, the facial artery was a branch from external carotid. Now, who will tell me? I taught you this. What is the exact origin of facial artery? What site can you find in C2 if you have a dissected specimen? Where will you find is origin? Yes, above the greater cornua. Simran Vora, you correct. So it's the anterior branch. Osama, you correct, but partly correct. Anterior branch from the external carotid given out above the greater cornua of the hyoid bone. Which artery arises opposite to facial artery? Very good, Sneha. So it arises opposite to facial artery. Occipital artery arises opposite to facial artery, means at the same transverse level. Okay, so this is all what you've seen. Even you can see sternocleidomastoid running obliquely in the neck down. This is all you have seen. And remember, generally, there are accessory salivary glands as well. The same parotid gland, the same parenchyma, even find in small different lobules at different sites. One of the common site of accessory parotid gland is it overlies the Stenson's duct. Okay, small lobule over the Stenson's duct. That's accessory parotid gland. Okay. Here you're seeing it's a better view, I think. This is masseter, right? Covering most of the ramus of the mandible. There is a sternocleidomastoid. This region behind the masseter, behind the ramus of mandible and anterior to sternocleidomastoid is this parotid salivary gland. And zygomatic arch normally, it's present above to the superior border, above to the base of the parotid gland is zygomatic arch, the bony arch. Then this is parotid duct, which is traversing horizontally over the masseter. At the upper surface or superficial to the parotid duct, you are seeing this accessory part of the parotid gland. Okay. Good. In the same diagram, although you can even see there is sublingual salivary gland, right? Sublingual is in the lingual is below to the tongue, and submandibular overlies also in the submandibular region. That's a J-shaped gland which is indented by a muscle called mylohyoid. Okay. Now the dimensions is around vertically it is around 6 centimeters. Some of the measurements have not been in your book, so you can either take a screenshot or you can write down that it's vertically it is around 6 centimeters and horizontally it is around 4.5 centimeters. Okay, so that's the dimension. And weight wise, ये तो dimension हो गया, 6 vertically, 4.5 transversely, and it is a 3-sided inverted pyramidal in shape, and the largest surface is the lateral surface. Okay, superficial surface. Yes, weight is around 25 grams. Weight is around 25 grams. 20 to 25 is okay. Then from the anterior border, the Stenson's duct, which arises around 5 centimeters. And to the upper surface, superficial to the parotid duct, you may also find accessory parotid lobe. Okay. Surface anatomy, actually, sometimes you need to know for for making incisions or surgery, or to point out the exact location. So you know ये ear lobule के पीछे mastoid से passing through the tragus and reaching to the head of the mandible. There is one line, the other line from head of mandible to the midpoint of the masseter and down below to the mid of this upper portion of the sternocleidomastoid. Then traversing anteriorly from the midpoint of the masseter up till the upper molar, second molar. There you find, you can draw this line as the Stenson's duct. Now all this we have seen, this parotid gland, and this lies in the parotid region, and you have been taught about the deep fascia of the neck, that fascia coli. And there are a lot of modifications. One of the modification was the investing layer of the deep cervical fascia. So what are the modifications of the investing layer of the deep cervical fascia? Can anybody tell me the modifications of the investing layer of the deep cervical fascia? कौन बता रहा है? What are the modifications of the investing layer of the deep cervical? Supraclavicular notch नहीं कहते हैं उसको, उसको supraclavicular space of burn. Supraclavicular space of burn is the answer. और बताओ, what other modifications? Retromandibular space. Retromandibular space क्या होती है? Retromandibular space में तो यही है. Pharyngobasilar is different. Capsule around the gland. Which gland? Shruti. Which gland are you talking about? Thyroid? Submandibular? Thyroid? No. Submandibular भी गलत आंसर है. Yes, Shruti. So the two important modifications of the investing layer is, apart from it invests sternocleidomastoid and trapezius, other modifications are the suprasternal space of burn, and another modification is it forms the parotid capsule or the parotid fascia which invests the parotid gland is another modification. ठीक? As well as down below it invests another salivary gland, that is submandibular salivary gland also. ठीक है, तो parotid and submandibular salivary gland भी हो गया है. शौर्य सनी ने भी सही बताया था. सबमैंडिबुलर एंड पैरोटिड सलाइवरी ग्लैंड होते हैं, दोनों चीज को इन्वेस्ट करते हैं. और इसके अलावा क्या मॉडिफिकेशंस थे? इफ यू रिमेंबर द पोस्टीरियर ट्रायंगल ऑफ द नेक, वहां मैंने बताया था दैट दिस नर्व supraclavicular roof, yes, there's also another space, Simran Vora, correct. So the two spaces, one is supraclavicular space of burn and another is like when it reaches down in the neck, you know, it's a fascia covering the neck from all the sides. When it reaches above the clavicle, it splits to enclose the clavicle. ठीक है, तो space above the clavicle and space above the manubrium. Good. And in the roof of the posterior triangle, if you remember, there was a tunnel for spinal. Yes, Sunny, it's a tunnel for, you know, spinal accessory nerve. So the spinal accessory nerve which you've seen passing through this posterior triangle, which is actually passing through a tunnel, and that tunnel is through the roof of the posterior triangle, and that roof is formed by the investing layer. Okay, good. So many modifications. Like, it's a long question, I told you, in case of, you know, this investing layer of cervical fascia. So you will have to, like, you know, badi headings mein aayegi. Investing layer, then you have pretracheal, prevertebral, carotid sheet, then you have buccopharyngeal, pharyngobasilar. Then inke andar, like, you know, subheadings mein there are a lot of subheadings. So make sure you know the modifications of each of this. Like, you know, ligament of Berry is a modification of which fascia? Ligament of Berry is a modification of which fascia? Yes, pretracheal. Actually, pretracheal forms, Abhishek Singh. Pretracheal, Janvi. Pretracheal actually forms the, yes, capsule around the thyroid. Remember, capsule around parotid and submandibular किसका हो गया? Investing layer का. और capsule around the thyroid is formed by pretracheal fascia. अब उसी pretracheal fascia की जो thickening है around the capsule of thyroid gland on the medial surface, that is called ligament of Berries. Okay. Then axillary sheath. Axillary sheath is a modification of, tell me. Yes, Abhishek, Akash. So it is a modification of prevertebral fascia. Axillary sheath. Good. Carotid sheath is formed by contribution from which fascia? Carotid sheath is derived from contribution from three contributions होते हैं, pretracheal, prevertebral and investing layer. ठीक है? Pretracheal, prevertebral and investing layer together contribute to form, yes Harpreet, so it helps to form the carotid sheath. Carotid sheath में which structure is anterior, which structure is blend with the anterior wall of the carotid sheath? Yes, A for anterior, A for answer cervicalis. Good, Simran, Abhishek. Which structure lies just behind the carotid sheath? Which structure lies? Yes, very good. Simran, Osama. Very good. So, Sanjana, it's sympathetic chain. ये सब हम जो पूछ रहे हैं, they have been actually asked in the exams. ठीक है, ये MCQ purpose में पूछे गए हैं. Superior ligament of Berries, Shruti Mishra. Okay. Now, this, let's focus on parotid fascia. This you're seeing now. This is actually a transverse section, or it's a transverse section because carotid artery has been cut transversely, and all the structures within the gland. So first you're seeing is the transverse section. Then you'll seeing this is the zygomatic arch, which lies above the parotid gland, and posteriorly it blends with the rest of the fascia of the neck. So the outer layer, this is the outer layer of the parotid fascia, or you can say the superficial layer, and a deep layer. ठीक है? तो deep layer ऊपर किस actually ये है coronal section, but इन्होंने ये थोड़ा सा गलत कर दिया है, इसको transverse cut कर दिया, because they are showing the carotid arch, zygomatic arch, they are also showing the tympanic plate, right, and the slot process. So zygomatic arch से blend हो रहा है ऊपर, and the superficial layer. The deeper layer is blends with the tympanic plate. It's a bony plate, a part of the temporal bone, which forms part of the external auditory meatus, right? And that is called tympanic plate. So tympanic plate से upper level layer of this deep layer of the parotid fascia blends there above, and down below it merges with the cervical fascia. ठीक? So now listen here, the fascia on the outside, it is thicker. It's thicker. The deep fascia is thin. Then fascia on the outer surface is adherent to the parotid substance of the gland. ठीक? तो parotid gland say the outer layer is inseparable. You can say it is tethered to the parotid gland from the outer surface. So this is thick and inseparable, one thing. Then the inner fascia is thin and is loosely attached to the parotid gland. The important point is that the deeper layer of the parotid fascia or the parotid capsule becomes thickened and forms stylomandibular ligament. Stylomandibular ligament actually, styloid process is a pointed process arising from the base of the temporal bone. This styloid process from here, this you can say it's a modification. Remember जो हमने list बताई थी, investing layer of the deep cervical fascia, you can include there in that point, apart from different modifications. One of the modification of the investing layer of the deep cervical fascia is stylomandibular ligament as well. So the deep layer of the parotid fascia becomes thickened to form stylomandibular ligament. it is attached to the styloid process, and down below it reaches to the angle of mandible. Okay. So important point is, it has been asked that which artery pierces stylomandibular ligament. रट लेना, that external carotid artery pierces stylomandibular ligament. Very important point है ये, ठीक है. ओके, स्टाइलोमैंड, ये पैराइटल प्लूरा कहाँ से बात आ गई ओसामा? parietal pleura, हाँ हाँ, अच्छा, ओके, you mean that parietal pleura and हाँ, इसका मतलब इनका ये है कि parietal pleura से जो है कंफ्यूज हो गए ओसामा. लेट मी करेक्ट यू ओसामा. parietal pleura is not attached to the costal surface. It is loosely attached to the costal surface with an intervening endothoracic fascia. What is adherent to the lung substance is the visceral pleura. Parietal pleura is loosely attached to the chest wall. Yes, visceral pleura is inseparable from the lungs. ठीक, तो अच्छी बात है, क्रॉस मतलब दूसरे टॉपिक से कोरिलेट कर देने से चीजें याद रहती हैं. तो प्लूरा के बारे में याद हो गया कि parietal pleura is loosely attached to the chest wall, inner surface पे, with an intervening fascia called the endothoracic fascia. But the visceral pleura is tethered to the lung parenchyma, and visceral pleura invest in between the fissures of the lungs. Okay. तो बात यहाँ पे थी, यहाँ पे we are discussing about the outer layer which is thick, inseparable, inner one is thin and loose, and the inner one thickens to modify and to form this stylomandibular ligament, and stylomandibular ligament is pierced by external carotid artery. Other two structures within the gland you are seeing is the retromandibular vein also traverses the substance within the substance of parotid gland as well as the facial nerve. ठीक है. अब कभी पूछ लिया जाए कि which is the deepest structure within the parotid gland, तो ज्यादा टेंशन लेना नहीं है. तो मैं पता है कि stylomandibular ligament को पियर्स करती है एक्सटर्नल कैरोटिड which also is within the gland. तो इसका मतलब है सबसे डीपेस्ट स्ट्रक्चर क्या होगी? एक्सटर्नल कैरोटिड आर्टरी. ठीक है. और फेशियल नर्व जो है वो सुपरफिशियली इन द ग्लैंड. ठीक है. डीप चलेंगे तो आर्टरी, देन वेन, डीप टू सुपरफिशियल इज आर्टरी, देन वेन एंड देन नर्व. यस. तो अब यहाँ पे रिलेशंस देखते हैं, सुपरफिशियल एंड डीप रिलेशंस ऑफ द पैरोटिड ग्लैंड. दिस यू सीइंग इज द पैरोटिड ग्लैंड, and down below is sternocleidomastoid. This is same section, actually a coronal section. Then so you're seeing, as the name suggests, this investing or the cervical fascia invests sternocleidomastoid, and back behind it invests trapezius. That has splitted now to include the parotid gland from outside as well as on inside. The higher limit of the outer layer is reaching to zygomatic arch, and the deeper layer reaches to the tympanic plate. Then from outside to inside, you find skin first of all, right? Then below to the skin is superficial fascia. That yellow color thing is the superficial fascia, and even deep to that is the deep fascia, that is the superficial layer of the investing layer. ठीक. Now superficial fascia is thick and inseparable, right? And the deep fascia is thin. But let's see what are the structures lying superficial to the parotid gland in the superficial fascia, right? One of them is the muscle, facial muscles. They are all subcutaneous. They lie within the skin, so below the skin. So this is platysma. You'll find platysma, and you'll also find risorius. So platysma and risorius, you can find them in the superficial fascia related to parotid gland. The two muscles are platysma and risorius. Then अभी पूछ चुके हैं the nerve, cutaneous nerve supplying the skin of this region. तो obviously great auricular nerve की anterior and posterior, यहाँ पे posterior division हो गया, ये anterior. So great auricular nerve will be in this region, supplying the skin over this region. So great auricular nerve has two divisions, the anterior and the posterior division. Remember, it was ascending up to supply the ear lobule, the lower 1/3 of the pinna, both outer and inner, or superficial or deeper, or you can say lateral and medial surface of the ear pinna. तो ग्रेट ऑरिकुलर नर्व पूरा टेरिटरी पता हो गया, angle of mandible, parotid region, as well as the ear lobule. Okay, and it is C2 C3. It's not a branch from trigeminal. Remember, it is a branch from ventral division of C2 C3. Okay, then there are preauricular lymph nodes, यानी कि पैरोटिड ग्लैंड के आगे सुपरफिशियली, एंड चूंकि इसको हम पैरोटिड एंड लिम्फ नोड्स भी कहते हैं, एंड जस्ट बिकॉज दे आर एंटीरियर टू द ईयर पिन्ना, वी कैन आल्सो से preauricular lymph nodes, right? Superficial parotid or preauricular lymph nodes. Got it? Although there are some lymph nodes embedded within the gland, parotid gland, and they're called deep parotid glands. Okay. Okay, so ये superficial relations and deep relations के बारे में देखें. So deep to the parotid gland, I told you there was, अभी diagram में भी देख चुके हो, styloid process होता है. In styloid process से there are three muscles attached, styloglossus, stylopharyngeus, stylohyoid. The three muscles attached to styloid process, वो भी आएगा. एक 5 marks का क्वेश्चन आता है styloid apparatus पे, ठीक है? तो सब बताना पड़ता है, इनका डेवलपमेंटल ओरिजिन भी सबका अलग अलग है, और सबकी नर्व सप्लाई भी अलग अलग है. एंड देयर आर लिगामेंट्स अटैच्ड, ठीक है? एक लिगामेंट तो बताया स्टाइलो मैंडिबुलर होता है, अभी बताया वो इन्वेस्टिंग लेयर का फॉर्म मॉडिफिकेशन. एक होता है स्टाइलोहायोइड लिगामेंट भी होता है, वो सेकंड ब्रिंकल आर्चरी होता है, ठीक? सो ये जो मसल्स हैं, यानी स्टाइलो ग्लॉसस, स्टाइलोहायोइड, जस्ट इससे टच होते हुए पीछे पास होती हैं. An internal carotid artery which will also be in deep relation to the parotid, यानी कि if you'll go for parotidectomy, when you'll remove the parotid gland, deep inside you will find is internal carotid artery. And the thickening of the deep fascia is called stylomandibular ligament, and this is pierced by the external carotid artery. अब इसी से रिलेटेड एक चीज और है, बिकॉज ऑफ दिस फाशिया, लेट मी टेल यू, ये राइट साइड के पैरोटिड ग्लैंड है, ये तो तुम्हें ही है, ये पता ही है, इसको ट्रांसवर्स और कोरोनल का मिक्स सेक्शन है. नाउ वन ऑफ द क्लिनिकल अप्लाइड इज द वायरल इन्फेक्शन ऑफ द पैरोटिड, ठीक है? तो पैरोटिड ग्लैंड में वायरल इन्फेक्शन भी हो सकता है, बैक्टीरियल इन्फेक्शन भी हो सकता है. और इन्फेक्शन यहाँ पहुंचता कैसे है? रिमेंबर, द ओपनिंग ऑफ द पैरोटिड डक्ट इज विद इन द जिंजोबक्कल वेस्टिब्यूल, जहां हम खाना खाते हैं, राइट? मैस्टिकेशन करते हैं. सो इन्फेक्शन फ्रॉम द ऑस्टियम ऑफ द पैरोटिड डक्ट कैन रीच टू द पैरोटिड ग्लैंड. ओरल कैविटीज इन्फेक्शन आ सकता है. तो वायरल इन्फेक्शन जब होता है, दैट्स कॉल्ड मम्स. इसका अपना मम्स का पिक्यूलियर वायरस होता है. ऑल्दो नाउ MMR vaccine, mumps, measles, and rubella, that vaccine has been given in infancy. So the mumps जब infection होता है, viral infection, so that is called viral parotitis. अब obviously parotitis है तो inflammation होगा, there will be swelling and swelling of the gland, and this swelling can be huge swelling. That because of this swelling, your angles of the mandible and below the mandible there will be a thickening. Your face will bigger, will appear bigger in size. Both the sides will be bulgings, right? And of course that will be reddish and painful to touch. But remember one thing, that it is non-suppurative, यानी कि bacterial infection में जैसे पस बनता है, यहाँ पस नहीं होगा. So it's non-suppurative. Swelling होगी, पस नहीं बनेगा, लेकिन छूने से दर्द होगा. छूने से दर्द क्यों होगा? इट्स वेरी पेनफुल कंडीशन. व्हाई? उसका रीजन ये है, याद रखना, अभी बताया था. बिकॉज द सुपरफिशियल फाशिया इज थिक एंड इनसेपरेबल फ्रॉम द ग्लैंड. गॉट इट? तो जब इसकी स्वेलिंग होगी तो फिर parotid fascia, the outer layer will also stretch, और जब स्ट्रेच होगा तो इसके ऊपर दो नर्व्स जा रही हैं, एंटीरियर एंड पोस्टीरियर डिवीजन ऑफ ग्रेट ऑरिकुलर नर्व, नर्व स्ट्रेच होगी तो दैट विल गिव अ सेंसेशन ऑफ पेन। ठीक है, कहीं पे भी जब डीप फाशिया के क्यूटेनियस नर्व जो होती हैं जब स्ट्रेचिंग में आ जाती हैं, सो दे send an impulse for pain. So that is, parotitis is a condition where there is painful even on touching the area. Parotid region पे you touch and it's painful. Complications क्या है mumps के? That complications, that's infection, it can have remote uh, uh, involvement of organs, right? Mumps can reach to the testis. ठीक है, so this virus infecting the parotid gland, in case if it's not treated within time, it can involve the testis also, and that is orchitis. Remember, orchitis and even the pancreas. So orchitis and pancreatitis both are secondary complications of mumps. ठीक, तो ये बात रखनी है, मम्स के बारे में लिखना है, इसमें पेनफुल स्वेलिंग होती है वो भी लिखना पड़ेगा। ठीक, अब ऑर्काइटिस किस वजह से हो रही है? अगर बैक्टीरियल इन्फेक्शन होता है तो पस बनेगा, सिंपल सी बात है, बताया ना। वायरल इन्फेक्शन है तो देयर इज नो पस, नॉन सुपरेटिव है। इन केस इफ इट्स बैक्टीरियल इन्फेक्शन तो ऑर्काइटिस विल हैव पस, सिंपल सी बात है। Structures piercing parotid gland. Now we are talking about, I told you just the transverse section, you've seen there were 3 structures lying within the parotid gland, rather 4, let's say 4 structures. याद रखना, parotid gland के अंदर ही 4 structures हैं। अगर हम डीप टू सुपरफिशियल बात करें, सबसे डीपेस्ट क्या होता है? एक्सटर्नल कैरोटिड आर्टरी, फिर रेट्रोमैंडिबुलर वेन, फिर उसके सुपरफिशियल क्या होती है? फेशियल नर्व। And don't forget, there are deep parotid lymph nodes also embedded within the gland. तो ये 4 structures होते हैं जो parotid gland के अंदर पाए जाते हैं। अब चूंकि इसके अंदर there are like divisions and branches giving out from these vessels and nerves, तो वो देखते हैं। रेट्रोमैंडिबुल, पहले हम कैरोटिड, एक्सटर्नल कैरोटिड आर्टरी की बात करते हैं। ठीक है, तो एक्सटर्नल कैरोटिड आर्टरी इज एसेंड्स अप, याद रखना, और वो पोस्टेरोमीडियल सरफेस के अलोंग एक्सटर्नल कैरोटिड आर्टरी पियर्स करती है और रादर इंडेंट करती है। तो पियर्स करेगी मेनली, तो उसमें जाएगी, तो इट विल गिव दिस ट्रांसवर्स फेशियल artery. Actually, before this is a branch from superficial temporal, so let's say before that it gives its 2 terminal branches. The maxillary artery, they've not shown it, maxillary artery भी इसको perforate करेगी और behind the neck of mandible चली जाएगी। दूसरी आर्टरी है superficial temporal artery. Now superficial temporal artery gives its branch the transverse facial artery, याद करो। एंड ट्रांसवर्स फेशियल आर्टरी मैंने बताया था स्टेंसन्स डक्ट के ऊपर चलेगी अलोंग विद द नर्व, एंड वो नर्व कौन सी है? अपर बक्कल ब्रांच ऑफ फेशियल नर्व। ठीक है, ये तीनों स्ट्रक्चर्स नियरली हॉरिजॉन्टल पैरेलल चलते हैं ऑन द साइड ऑफ द चीक्स। ओके, देन वेन के बारे में बात करते हैं। देन रिमेंबर, just like the names of the arteries, there's this superficial temporal vein. When it reaches within the parotid gland, it receives another tributary, and that is maxillary vein. So maxillary vein, when joins the superficial temporal vein, they join to form retromandibular vein. Important point ये है कि retromandibular vein is completely within the parotid gland. ऊपर नहीं है, नीचे भी नहीं है, it completely forms a retromandibular vein within the parotid gland, and within the parotid gland, at just before the apex of this gland, it terminally divides into its anterior and posterior division. You see the anterior and posterior divisions of retromandibular vein, got it? So इसका मतलब है कि पूरी तरह से retromandibular vein is embedded within the parotid gland. Okay, then एंटीरियर डिवीजन ऑफ रेट्रोमैंडिबुलर, याद रखना अगर पूछा जाए विच स्ट्रक्चर इमर्जेस फ्रॉम द एपेक्स ऑफ पैराटिड ग्लैंड, तो आंसर विल बी सर्वाइकल ब्रांच, तो दिख ही रही है तुम्हें, और एंटीरियर एंड पोस्टीरियर डिवीजन ऑफ रेट्रोमैंडिबुलर वेन. Anterior division joins with the facial vein below to the apex of parotid gland to form the common facial vein. And where does this common facial vein drains into? Into internal jugular vein. Correct, Abhishek. Internal jugular vein में खुलेगी है. Then posterior division of retromandibular vein will join the posterior vein. ठीक है, ये डब्ल्यू शेपेड फिगर बनती है, याद रखना वेनस ड्रेनेज में. वो डब्ल्यू शेपेड फिगर याद कर लोगे तो तुम्हें सारी ब्रांचेस यहां समझ आ जाएंगी. सो पोस्टीरियर डिवीजन ऑफ द रेट्रोमैंडिबुलर वेन विल जॉइन द पोस्टीरियर टू फॉर्म एक्सटर्नल जुगुलर वेन, एंड एक्सटर्नल जुगुलर वेन विल ड्रेन इनटू subclavian. Good, Janvi. But remember, before draining into subclavian vein, this external jugular vein will pierce the deep fascia of the neck. याद आ गया कुछ? और उस डीप फाशा को पियर्स करने के बाद ही ये ड्रेन करेगी सबक्लेवियन में. ओसामा, नाउ टेल मी, इससे रिलेटेड कुछ क्लिनिकल अप्लाइड बात याद आ गई? दैट external jugular vein pierces the deep fascia before draining into subclavian vein. इससे relevant बात क्या थी? Applied, that in cases of shaving or any incision on the neck, if this vein gets sliced, उससे होगा क्या? There will be air embolism. Important point ये था, बताया था, air embolism. क्यों? ट्यूनिका एडवेंटिशा जब ये डीप फाशा को पियर्स करती हैं तो ट्यूनिका एडवेंटिशा ब्लेंड्स विद द डीप फाशा, जिसकी वजह से वेनो कंस्ट्रिक्शन नहीं हो पाता है. ठीक है, प्रोफ्यूज ब्लीडिंग तो होगी ही, लेकिन बिकॉज ऑफ नेगेटिव इंट्राथोरैसिक प्रेशर एयर विल बी सक्ड इन, और उसकी वजह से वो जो एयर है, बिकॉज इट इज अ वॉल्वलेस चैनल, राइट, एक्सटर्नल जुगुलर, सबक्लेवियन, फिर ब्रेकियोसेफेलिक, और फिर सुपीरियर वेना कावा, फिर राइट एट्रियम, ये पूरा रास्ता जो है दैट इज ऑल वॉललेस. सो बिकॉज ऑफ नेगेटिव इंटरथोरैसिक प्रेशर एयर विल बी सक्ड इन. ये एयर एम्बोलिज्म वाली पॉइंट याद रखना जब भी इससे रिलेवेंट बात आएगी. एक्सटर्नल जुगुलर वेन, एंड द एक्सटर्नल जुगुलर वेन इज आल्सो used for monitoring the intra-atrial pressure of the right atrium. और इसको कैसे मेजर करते हैं? JVP, jugular venous pressure. ये पूछा जाएगा जानवी त्रिपाठी, ये क्लिनिकल पोस्टिंग में पूछा जाता है, मेजर करके दिखाना पड़ता है. ओके, टॉर्च ले जानी पड़ती है इसके लिए, ऐसे दिखता नहीं है ये. ठीक है, ओके. अब देखते हैं एक्सटर्नल ऑडिटरी मीटस के पीछे देयर आर 3 न्यूरोवास्कुलर बंडल है, नर्व, वेन एंड आर्टरी, ऑल ऑफ द सेम नेम. ठीक है, तो posterior auricular artery is also a branch arising from the external carotid artery. जल्दी से बता दो, posterior auricular artery arises from external carotid artery at what level? Posterior auricular artery is a branch from external carotid artery given out at the level of upper border of posterior belly of digastric. ठीक है, it runs along the upper border of posterior belly of digastric. ठीक है उसामा, तो ये भी तुम्हें दिखेंगे इसके. नाउ दीज आर अब पूछा जा सकता है कि विच स्ट्रक्चर पियर्सेस इज पोस्टीरियर बॉर्डर. भी तो देखो ना इसके, ये पोस्टीरियर बॉर्डर है, एक एंटीरियर बॉर्डर है, अभी एक मीडियल बॉर्डर भी होगा. तो पोस्टीरियर बॉर्डर को पियर्स क्या कर रहे हैं? पोस्टीरियर ऑरिकुलर नर्व एंड वेसल्स. ठीक, सुपीरियर बॉर्डर को क्या पियर्स कर रहे हैं? सुपरफिशियल टेम्पोरल नर्व एंड वेसल. सिंपल सी बात. एंटीरियर बॉर्डर को क्या पियर्स कर रहे हैं? एंटीरियर बॉर्डर को देयर आर स्ट्रक्चर्स, देयर आर 5 टर्मिनल ब्रांचेस ऑफ द फेशियल नर्व. याद करो, पीछे तुम ज्यादा बात मत करो, जिसमें से पोस्टियर ऑरिकुलर तो पोस्टियर बॉर्डर को पियर्स कर रही है, बाकी क्या है, टेम्पोरल, जाइगोमेटिक, बक्कल, मार्जिनल मैंडिबुलर एंड सर्वाइकल, जिसमें सर्वाइकल आई हैव टोल्ड यू एपेक्स ऑफ पैरोटिड ग्लैंड से पास होती है सर्वाइकल, साथ में anterior posterior division of retromandibular vein. All the three structures they emerge from the apex of parotid gland. But buccal branch actually ये दो twig में निकलती है, ठीक है. There is an upper buccal and a lower buccal branch. ठीक, वो अपर लिप्स के लिए जाती है, ये लोअर लिप्स के लिए जाती है. तो एक तरह से देख सकते हो कि चलिए 5 की जगह 6 ब्रांचेस निकलेंगे बिकॉज बक्कल एक्चुअली डिवाइड्स विद इन द ग्लैंड. सो काफी चीजें तुमने देख ली, समझ ली, बॉर्डर, द स्ट्रक्चर्स विद इन एंड हाउ आर दे पियर्सिंग, विच बॉर्डर्स दे आर पियर्सिंग, सब याद रखना. ठीक, एक मिनट होल्ड ऑन. हाँ, एसेसरी प्रोसेसेस ऑफ द पैरोटिड ग्लैंड भी देख लेते हैं. एसेसरी प्रोसेस, यू नो, ये पैरोटिड ग्लैंड है, इसका एक एसेसरी प्रोसेस जो है ये वाला है ना, ये वाला कहलाता है फेशियल प्रोसेस ऑफ द ग्लैंड, यानी द ग्लैंड इज एक्सटेंडिंग ऑन द फेस, ठीक है, ओवर द स्टेंसिस डक्ट. नाउ दिस इज एसेसरी और फेशियल प्रोसेस ऑफ द ग्लैंड. ठीक, apart from that there are few more extensions. One is pterygoid process. ठीक है, pterygoid process भी एक extension होगा medially, glenoid process भी होगा superiorly and post stelloid process, stelloid process के पीछे भी. ठीक है, so ये कुछ extensions हैं, rather you can call them as accessory parotid gland. तो but the most commonest accessory parotid gland is one overlying the stensils that called the facial process. ठीक है, otherwise you have a pterygoid process, glenoid process and post stelloid process as well. ठीक है. हाँ, ये पूछा जाता है कि पैरोटिड डक्ट के साथ साथ क्या चलते हैं. मैंने तुम्हें बता दिया था, अपर बक्कल ब्रांच, ट्रांसवर्स फेशियल आर्टरी, दे रन बिटवीन पैरोटिड डक्ट एंड द जाइगोमेटिक आर्च. ये तीनों स्ट्रक्चर्स, अपर बक्कल, ट्रांसवर्स फेशियल एंड स्टेंसिस डक्ट, ये तीन एक साथ चलते हैं, याद रखना. नाउ स्ट्रक्चर्स विद इन द पैरोटिड सलाइवरी ग्लैंड, इसको हम ट्रांसवर्स सेक्शन में देखते हैं क्या क्या है. सो लोकेशन वाइज यू गॉट टू नो दिस इज द ramus of mandible in a cut section and behind is the mastoid process. So the area in between here is the mastoid region, in which in this region, यानी कि हम अगर अपने angle of mandible को feel करें उसके पीछे and mastoid process के आगे, right, यानी कि ear lobule के नीचे, got it, that is the area actually of the parotid region. इस region में you'll find is a parotid gland between the angle of ramus of mandible and mastoid process पीछे, got it. Now, and deep inside is the pharynx. This is the pharynx. Now, this gland, as I told you, has a three-sided inverted pyramid. It has the outer surface. This is the outer superficial surface. The anteromedial surface is one which is overlying the ramus of the mandible, and the posteromedial surface is resting over the mastoid process posteriorly. But this surface जो होती posteromedial surface, ये बहुत smooth curve नहीं होती. There is a bulge posteromedially, ठीक है, जहां पे facial nerve enter करती है. ठीक, तो ये वाला where these two borders meet, the anteromedial and the posteromedial surfaces meet, that border is called the pharyngeal border. So that way you have three borders. The anterior border is this, posterior border is this, and the medial border is this, which faces towards the pharynx, and this is called medial edge or the pharyngeal border. ठीक, तो anteromedial surface and posteromedial surface. अब इसके structures within क्या होते हैं? I told you the four structures deep to superficial is external carotid, retromandibular vein, and the facial nerve crosses transversely and then embedded inside of the deep parotid lymph nodes. There are superficial also, which I have already told you. Then there are deep parotid lymph nodes within the gland. अब कल को एक MCQ इसी में बन सकता है. Which structure crosses the parotid gland transversely. Got it? Because the external carotid and retromandibular have a vertical course. Okay? So they are traversing the gland vertically. What traverses the gland transversely is facial nerve. Good. So one thing is, you can see that ये भी पूछते हैं which structures pierces which surface. याद रखना that facial nerve enters the gland through its posteromedial surface. ठीक? Even the carotid artery and retromandibular vein, they are entering the gland from the posteromedial surface. ठीक है? So all these structures, they are entering within the gland from the posteromedial surface. One thing. बल्कि रेट्रोमैंडिबुलर वेन इज एक्चुअली, क्योंकि वेन है तो ये तो सुपीरियर सरफेस यानी कि बेस ऑफ द ग्लैंड से एंटर कर रही है. ठीक है? तो पोस्टेरोमीडियल में क्या क्या है? एक्सटर्नल जुगुलर, आई मीन एक्सटर्नल कैरोटिड आर्टरी एंड फेशियल वेन, दे एंटर फ्रॉम द पोस्टेरोमीडियल सरफेस. वेन एंटर्स फ्रॉम द सुपीरियर और द बेस ऑफ द ग्लैंड, एम्बेडेड इनसाइड द डीप पैरोटिड लिम्फ नोड्स. अब क्या है, विद इन द ग्लैंड नर्व डिवाइड हो जाती है, फेशियल नर्व, इनटू टू डिविजन्स. ठीक है? डीप रिलेशंस में, अच्छा पोस्टीरियरली रिलेशन में, एंटीरियर रिलेशन में, देयर आर टू मसल्स आल्सो. ऑन द ramus of mandible, an outer surface you find is masseter. On the inner surface of the ramus of mandible, याद रखना, it is medial pterygoid. So anteromedial surface is related to these two muscles, medial pterygoid. Now posteromedial surface is related to the mastoid, and onto the mastoid there are various muscles. One of them is sternocleidomastoid, although there are other muscles as well, जिसमें कि splenus capitis, semispinalis capitis भी है, but they are more behind. लेकिन just behind the parotid you have two muscles. One is posterior digastric and sternocleidomastoid. They are in posterior relation to the gland. डीप रिलेशंस में बता चुके हैं, स्टेलॉइड प्रोसेस होता है और स्टेलॉइड प्रोसेस के लेटरल वाइंड करती है फेशियल नर्व. ठीक? और स्टेलॉइड प्रोसेस पे तीनों मसल्स अटैच होती हैं, स्टाइलोहाइड, स्टाइलोग्लॉसस, स्टाइलोफेरिंजिस. देन इंटरनल जुगुलर वेन एंड इंटरनल कैरोटिड आर्टरी, दे आर आल्सो इन डीप रिलेशंस, एंड मीडियली देयर इज फेरिंग्स. ओके, तो ये सरफेस बॉर्डर्स सबको अच्छे से पढ़ लेना. There is this transverse section, ये भी एक तरह से दिख रहा है, पीछे mastoid process है, ramus of mandible, medially it is medial pterygoid, outside it is the masseter, this is the facial parotid gland, deep inside external carotid, then superficial to data is retromandibular, facial nerve entering is posteromedial surface from there, winding around and then passing out to the anterior border. Remember that facial nerve crosses stelloid process laterally. Okay? Then within the gland, the branching pattern of external carotid, right? So external carotid, as I told you, it enters the gland from the posteromedial surface. Then it gives within the gland the branches given out from external carotid. ये भी अपने आप में क्वेश्चन बनता है MCQ में. So within the gland, the branches given out are, याद रखना, there are the four branches. One is posterior auricular, वो sternocleidomastoid के upper border पे चलेगी. Then it gives its maxillary artery, right? And maxillary artery emerges through the anteromedial surface. ये भी important point है. That maxillary artery will emerge from the anteromedial surface, wind behind the neck of the mandible. ठीक? Then the other terminal branch is superficial temporal, but superficial temporal, before emerging out from the superior border, it gives its transverse facial artery, right? It emerges from the anterior part of the superior surface. ठीक है? So that is transverse facial artery. So within the gland, याद रखना, this is posterior auricular, then you have maxillary, then you have transverse facial, which is a branch of superficial temporal, and as well the artery superficial temporal. तो ये सारी branches within the gland है, याद रखना. ठीक? Then retromandibular vein की कौन-कौन सी tributaries है within the gland? As I told you कि ये बनती vein, the complete vein, याद रखना, retromandibular vein is completely within the gland because it is formed by superficial and maxillary. ठीक है? तो superficial, when it enters the gland, it receives its tributary, the transverse facial vein. Then it receives the maxillary vein. When it forms this retromandibular vein is completely within the gland. Before emerging out, just above the apex, it divides into anterior and posterior divisions, right? So बाकी you know कि वो facial से common facial बनाता है anterior division, posterior division joining posterior auricular will form external jugular. ठीक? तो near the apex you will find three structures: the two veins, anterior and posterior division, as well as the cervical branch of the facial nerve. Then about the facial nerve, you know, facial nerve comes out from the cranium through this foramen that is called stylomastoid foramen. This foramen lies in the base of the skull between the mastoid and styloid process. Okay, there's a foramen, stylomastoid foramen. From there, this nerve comes out, right? ये हम बेल्स पाल्सी के टाइम पढ़ा चुके हैं, ठीक? तो इसमें से जो आर्टरी इमर्ज कर रही है, हमें नर्व आ रही है, दैट्स फेशियल नर्व. नाउ रिमेंबर दैट फेशियल नर्व विल इमर्ज एंड विल गिव इट्स ब्रांचेस. तुम्हें पता है, द ब्रांचेस आर पीछे, तुम ज्यादा बात मत करो. So it immediately gives a branch which runs over the mastoid and will run behind, that is called posterior auricular nerve. It will supply the posterior auricular muscle, the intrinsic muscles on the back of pinna, then occipitalis muscle also. Then there's a direct branch from the facial nerve, the main trunk, and it will supply the two muscles derived from the second branchial arch. One is the posterior belly of the digastric as well as stylohyoid. ठीक है, तो the branch to the stylohyoid and posterior belly of digastric is common. एक twig निकलती, दोनों muscle को supply करती है. Got it? Then this facial nerve, now it enters into the parotid gland through its posteromedial surface, and within the gland, the facial vein divides into two branches. ठीक है, एक temporofacial, एक cervicofacial. ठीक. अब एक और important point है that when you are seeing a gland, तो ये gland को हम जब you can see कि हम superiorly देख रहे हैं, तो this gland has two, हमने तो पढ़ रखा है, it's a three surfaces inverted pyramidal shape, but it has two lobes. Actually they're connected by an isthmus. The outer lobe is a bigger or a superficial part, which is a bigger part, and a deeper part is a smaller part. Both of them are connected by a isthmus. ठीक, यानी जो फेशियल नर्व जब इसमें इंटर करती है, सीइंग दिस द सुपरफिशियल लोब ऑफ द पैरोटिड ग्लैंड. ठीक, deep inside will be a deep lobe, and both the lobes are connected by isthmus of the parotid gland. अब ये isthmus के ऊपर और नीचे से, तो facial nerve I told you is dividing into two branches. ठीक है, तो एक बन जाएगी इसकी temporofacial, दूसरी बन जाएगी cervicofacial. The two branches, these are the two branches, temporofacial ऊपर से and cervicofacial नीचे से, below to the isthmus. They will cross this like this, the parotid gland. Now remember, this is the plane from where facial nerve is passing. So the important point lies here is regarding parodictomy. So while doing this parodictomy, you have to take care of this facial nerve, because facial nerve damage हो गई तो गया face, तो कौन सी Bell's palsy हो जाएगी. So you have to dissect in when you parodictomy के time where you removing the parotid gland. Firstly you'll have to remove the superficial part, then leaving this facial nerve intact, then you remove the deep part. So this plane is called Petty's fasciovenous plane. ठीक है, between the two lobes from where you prevent the facial nerve, that is called, this plane is called Petty's fasciovenous plane. ठीक. This is again now facial nerve emerging out from the stylomastoid foramen. The first branch is given out is behind is posterior auricular, then it gives a twig which goes to the digastric as well as stylohyoid muscle. Two muscles supply करती है. फिर ये टेम्पोरोफेशियल एंड सर्वाइकोफेशियल दो ब्रांचेस में डिवाइड होती है, बीच में कनेक्टेड होते हैं डीप एंड सुपरफिशियल लोब बाय अ isthmus. You can see here facial vein in facial nerve entering from the posteromedial surface. This is temporofacial. This is cervicofacial. Temporofacial divides into temporal and zygomatic branch. Cervicofacial से 3 ब्रांच निकलती हैं, buccal, Are you all connected? Connected and seeing the slides? Okay, there was some network error. Okay, now let's complete this. This was about the facial nerve and branches. याद रखना ये भी facial nerve पे question आएगा. This you are actually covering different topics, combined topics. Parotid gland के साथ we are covering it, but remember if it's a long question around 15 nerve, 15 marks का that facial nerve. तो facial nerve आएगा तो भी ये लिखना होगा, ठीक है? Now you are seeing here is this retromandibular vein, ठीक है, which is completely within the gland. And what are you seeing? That this nerve, facial nerve, is lying superficial to the retromandibular vein. Got it? Okay. Then after removing the nerve, you can see that retromandibular vein is lying superficial to the external carotid artery. Got it? And these are the different branches. They are actually the arteries and the veins that travel parallelly, all the branches with nearly the similar names. This is a transverse cut section of the neck region, right? At the first cervical vertebrae. This vertebrae you are seeing is the first cervical vertebrae. ठीक है, तो first cervical vertebrae के transverse foramen से कौन सी artery निकलती है? Vertebral artery. This is vertebral. What the point of focus is, you focusing on this. Look here. This is parotid gland, by the way. Both the sides you are seeing is a parotid gland. This is a transverse section of the neck at the C1 vertebral level, first cervical. तो ये parotid gland हो गया. Actually, some levels have been mixed up just to show, the cross-sectional distribution of the vessels. So this is parotid. There deep inside is the pharynx. ठीक है? This is the tongue, oral cavity हो गई. यहाँ पे हम बात कर रहे हैं इसकी. Now this is external carotid. Now at the external carotid, if you're seeing this is external carotid artery, can you see this artery? This artery is the facial artery. So facial artery arises, of course, देख लो facial artery का. It arises and from the anterior surface of the external carotid above the greater cornea of the hyoid. Then it passes between these two muscles coming from the styloid process. ठीक है? तो इसमें ये कौन सी है? Genioglossus and geniohyoid. ठीक है? तो genioglossus and geniohyoid, ये देख लो, यहां से इसकी स्क्रीनशॉट ले सकते हो. The muscle immediately superior to the facial artery is genioglossus. ये जा रही है genioglossus tongue में. And the muscle immediately below to this is inferior to this artery is geniohyoid. ठीक है, तो दोनों के बीच से facial artery pass करेगी. Then it will remember the J-shaped submandibular gland was having an indent at its posterior border. That indentation is because of facial artery. ये submandibular salivary gland है, उसको indent करते हुए it will cross the border, lower border of the mandible. Then this muscle is masseter, so it will reach to the anterior inferior border of the masseter and will ascend onto the side of the cheeks or side of the mandible. ठीक, अब बात ये आ रही है कि अगर ये फेशियल आर्टरी है, not label the artery. So because you're seeing facial artery the same level, you are seeing this, your internet connection is unstable. So this artery will be occipital artery. ठीक, occipital artery का कोर्स में बता चुके हम. Splenius capitis को परफोरेट करके it will reach in the suboccipital triangle. अब एक चीज और देखो, ये है मसल कौन सी, इन्होंने दिखा दिए है फेशियल आर्टरी के नीचे राइज कर रही है लिंगुअल आर्टरी. Now this lingual artery is running anteriorly, इसमें भी loop होता है first part में, second part runs over to the hyoid bone under the cover of hyoglossus, then the third part, then fourth part, and the fourth part runs between genioglossus and the inferior longitudinal muscles of the tongue. That's the fourth part. ऑडियो आ रहा है ना, अब तो कनेक्टेड हो गया ना. यस, टॉर्चुअस कोर्स होता है, बोथ फेशियल आर्टरी एंड बोथ लिंगुअल आर्टरी, बोथ द आर्टरी हैव अ टॉर्चुअस कोर्स. गुड. हमें कोई इस डायग्राम में ये देख के बता दे ये फेशियल आर्टरी है, उस फेशियल आर्टरी की एक ब्रांच है जो इस मसल को, स्टाइलोग्लॉसस स्टाइलोफ्रेंजिस को क्रॉस करके टॉन्सिल को सप्लाई कर रही है, पैलेटाइन टॉन्सिल को. विच आर्टरी इज दिस? Which artery is this? The branch from the facial artery? Ascending palatine. Good. Ascending palatine ascends up like this. Although एक और होती है, that is a tonsillar branch. लेकिन ascending palatine actually they couldn't have shown everything. Ascending palatine ascends up till the upper border of superior constrictor. Good. तो ascending palatine जो है वो superior constrictor को cross करके फिर अंदर जाती है सप्लाई करने, and directly जो cross करती है that is tonsillar branch. And the largest branch of facial artery is submental. Good. First branch है, ठीक है उसामा, first branch is ascending palatine, then you have submental, the largest branch. ठीक. अब ये coronal section, can you see here, ये coronal section है, ठीक है, ध्यान से देखते हैं, and this section has taken at the level of second molar teeth. So this is the second molar teeth upper and this is the second lower molar teeth. ठीक है, तो coronal section has been taken. This is the tongue in a transverse section. Now let's see, ये जो cheeks है, right? These are the cheeks, and this space here is called gingivo-buccal vestibule, और ये है parotid duct. So parotid duct will open here opposite the upper second molar tooth. Clear? Now look here. This, when you see in the tongue, then you'll see that there will be deep portion of the lingual artery running here, and I told you this is the fourth part of the lingual artery which will run here in between. This muscle is genioglossus, and lateral to this muscle will be lateral to this artery will be inferior longitudinal muscles. ठीक है? Remember, genioglossus is called the life-saving muscle. Point छोटे-छोटे देते जा रहे हैं हम MCQ purpose के लिए. So it's a life-saving muscle because genioglossus helps to maintain your tongue protruded out, or you can say in its normal position, because, or you can say it prevents your tongue from sagging behind the into the pharynx. So because if genioglossus is paralyzed, your tongue goes behind and obstructs the airway passage. So it's why this genioglossus is called the life-saving muscle. जीनियोहाइड यहाँ पे दिख रही है, बाकी से तुम्हें दिख रही है सबमैंडिबुलर डक्ट. हाँ, इंपॉर्टेंट इज सबमैंडिबुलर डक्ट. सबमैंडिबुलर सलाइवरी ग्लैंड नेक्स्ट टॉपिक में पढ़ाया जाएगा, बट रिमेंबर द सबमैंडिबुलर डक्ट ओपन्स ऑनटू द अंडर सरफेस ऑफ द टंग, एंड बिलो टू दैट यू विल आल्सो फाइंड इज लिंगुअल नर्व. नाउ यू विल सी, ये ग्लिनॉइड लोब होता है. कल को कि पूछे द अपर पोर्शन जो है, that upper portion which reaches to the tympanic plate, glenoid lobe कौन सा होता है, कभी पूछे कोई parotid gland में, तो remember the upper portion which is a pointed process which reaches to the tympanic plate is called the glenoid lobe. ठीक. Then this plane between superficial and deep lobes, this is isthmus, and crossing that is facial nerve which is upper and lower divisions, यानी कि temporofacial and cervicofacial divisions. Now this plane is called Pettis fasciovenous plane. So when you will see a superficial planes, agar hum you will seeing from outside, this is the superficial lobe. Actually superficial lobe you can say has been made transparent. You can imagine that this is the superficial lobe which has been made transparent. I am telling you so that orientation clear हो जाए तुम्हें. ये सुपरफिशियल लोब है जिसको हमने ट्रांसपेरेंट कर दिया यहाँ पे, सो दैट यू कैन सी डीप इनसाइड. तो डीप इनसाइड क्या दिखा, एक इस्थेमस दिखा, दैट इज अ कनेक्टिंग पोर्शन ऑफ द पैराटिड. उसके नीचे डीप में क्या दिख रहा है ब्लू कलर से, दैट इज द डीप लोब. ठीक. तो अब इन दोनों के बीच में यानी कि फेशियल नर्व फ्रॉम बिहाइंड गिव्स इट्स टू डिविजन्स, टेम्पोरोफेशियल, सर्वाइकोफेशियल, व्हिच क्रॉस अबव एंड बिलो द इस्थेमस. ठीक है. और ये प्लेन था पेटीज फाशियोवेनस प्लेन. अब इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट यही है सिर्फ इसका, दैट इज अबाउट द सिक्रीटोमोटर सप्लाई ऑफ द पैरोटिड ग्लैंड. ठीक है, क्योंकि इसमें मेन है जो सिक्रीशन होना है. और ये कहते हैं ना कि स्मेल आते ही सलाइवेशन शुरू हो जाता है, समथिंग टेस्टी इफ यू स्मेल, और इवन इफ यू इमेजिन ऑफ समथिंग टेस्टी योर माउथ स्टार्ट्स सलाइवेटिंग, राइट. तो ये सलाइवेशन कैसे होता है वो तो फिजियोलॉजी का पार्ट है, बट द नर्व सप्लाई आई हैव टू टेल यू. Now this secretomotor means parasympathetic outflow. Now यानी कि जो glands हैं, mostly all of the glands, they have this smooth muscles surrounding the acini of these glands called the myoepithelial cells, because that autonomic nervous system acts on the smooth muscles only. ठीक. तो अब पैरोटिड ग्लैंड में एक्ट कहां पे करेंगे ये पैरासिम्पैथेटिक फाइबर्स, ऑन द मायोएपिथेलियल सेल्स, so as to squeeze and bring out the secretions. तो ये पैरासिम्पैथेटिक आउटफ्लो कहां से आ रहा है, अब इसका ट्रैक देखते हैं. ये इन द ब्रेन स्टेम you have this inferior salivatory nucleus. ठीक है. inferior salivatory nucleus से फाइबर्स जो आते हैं, ठीक है, वो ग्लॉसोफेरिंजियल नर्व के में चले जाते हैं. वन थिंग, inferior salivatory nucleus से preganglionic parasympathetic fibers run along the glossopharyngeal nerve, और ग्लॉसोफेरिंजियल नर्व जो होती है जुगुलर फोरामेन से बाहर निकलती है. जुगुलर फोरामेन, ये दिस इज द मेस्टोइड प्रोसेस, राइट, ये स्टेलॉइड प्रोसेस है. ठीक है. तो अब ध्यान से देखते हैं, दिस इज द रामस ऑफ मैंडिबल आगे की तरफ. तो अब यहाँ पे दिख रहा है कि ये जुगुलर फोरामेन से ग्लॉसोफेरिंजियल नर्व निकली, एंड इट इज कैरिंग द preganglionic parasympathetic fibers from the inferior salivatory nucleus within the brainstem. ये preganglionic fibers, they run along this branch of glossopharyngeal nerve called the tympanic branch. Now this tympanic branch reaches the middle ear cavity. Middle ear cavity में on the medial wall of the middle ear there is a bulging called the promontory. Promontory पे there is a plexus formed within the middle ear cavity that is called tympanic plexus. ठीक. So from the tympanic plexus, one nerve called the lesser petrosal nerve that emerges from the anterior wall of the petrous temporal bone that is called tegment tympani. वहां से it emerges out from the lesser hiatus and runs within the middle cranial cavity. Middle cranial cavity में descends down over the tegment tympani, ठीक है, tegment portion of the petrous temporal bone, उस पे एंटिली डिसेंड करेगी एंड इट विल रीच द फोरामेन ओवेल. ठीक है, फोरामेन ओवेल से ये रिमेंबर उसमें से स्ट्रक्चर्स पासिंग क्या क्या होते हैं, MALE, मैंडिबुलर नर्व, एसेसरी मेनिंजियल आर्टरी. MAL से क्या है, L से लेसर पेट्रोसल नर्व, E से एमिशरी वेन्स. So the four structures passing crossing this foramen ovale. So now you'll see that and mandibular nerve is V3 division of the trigeminal nerve. तो ये mandibular nerve निकल रही foramen ovale से, साथ साथ क्या हुआ, लेसोपेट्रोसल नर्व जाके उसमें मर्ज कर गई है. तो लेसर पेट्रोसल नर्व व्हेन इट रीचेस, वहां पे क्या होता है, देयर इज अ गैंग्लियन सस्पेंडेड टू दिस मैंडिबुलर नर्व. तो प्री गैंग्लियनिक फाइबर्स कमिंग फ्रॉम द लेसर inferior salivatory nucleus, they relay here in the otic ganglion. From the otic ganglion, the postganglionic parasympathetic fibers will emerge out and run through the auriculotemporal nerve, which is a branch of mandibular nerve. ठीक, auriculotemporal nerve के through the postganglionic parasympathetic fibers they reach the parotid gland. ठीक, इतनी बात समझ में आई. अब क्या है कि इस एरिया में आने के बाद पैरोटिड ग्लैंड, यू नो, द सुपरफिशियल सरफेस ऑफ द पैरोटिड ग्लैंड इज मर्ज्ड विद द सुपरफिशियल फाशिया. ठीक है, जो सुपरफिशियल कैप्सूल है दैट इज टीथर टू द सब्सटेंस एंड द नर्व सप्लाई ऑफ द पैरोटिड फाशिया इज ग्रेट ऑरिकुलर नर्व. पता है अच्छे से. तो होता क्या है कि ड्यूरिंग पेरोडिडेक्टोमी, नॉर्मली किसी ने पेरोडिडेक्टोमी ऑपरेशन करा दिया है, तो there are chances that post operation that this auriculotemporal nerve ramifies and grows and starts merging with the great auricular nerve in this region. The skin covering this region is great auricular nerve. So when the fibers, the secretomotor fibers of auriculotemporal nerve merge with the fibers of great auricular nerve, that condition is called Fraze syndrome. याद रखना, ये क्लिनिकल पॉइंट 100% ये क्वेश्चंस में तो आता ही आता है, लेकिन अगर MCQs में थ्योरी में भी आएगा पैरोटिड ग्लैंड पे, you will have to talk about this Fraze syndrome. So after पेरोडेक्टोमी ये हो जाता है, ऑरिकुलोटेम्पोरल नर्व के सिक्रेटोमोटर फाइबर्स किससे, ग्रेट ऑरिकुलर नर्व से मर्ज कर जाते हैं. एंड ग्रेट ऑरिकुलर नर्व इज अ सेंसरी नर्व. ठीक. So while during mastication, जो salivation होना है, normally इससे होगा क्या, Fraze syndrome में, when person is chewing and masticating, so at that time that impulse, even after that, यानी कि parotid gland है या नहीं है, that impulse for salivation begins. तो उससे होगा क्या, जो auriculotemporal यानी कि postganglionic fibers हैं secretomotor, ये आ जाएंगे स्किन में. एंड स्किन में आने के बाद ये यू नो क्या कराएंगे, दे विल कॉज स्वेटिंग, स्वेटिंग एंड रेडनेस, यानी कि वैसोडाइलेटेशन, स्वेटिंग एंड रेडनेस इन द एरिया ऑफ द एंगल ऑफ माउथ. ठीक है, कोई बंदा है जो च्यू कर रहा है, च्यू करने के साथ साथ उसका एरिया, मैंडिबुलर एंगल ऑफ मैंडिबल एरिया रेड पड़ जाएगा, स्वेटिंग आना शुरू हो जाएगी, दैट्स कॉल्ड फ्रेज सिंड्रोम. ठीक, याद रखना. ये मिडिलियर कैविटी है, डायग्राम देख लो फटाफट, आई एम जस्ट वाइंडिंग अप जल्दी से. दिस इज प्रोमोन्ट्री ऑन द मिडिल ईयर. ये ग्लॉसोफेरिंजियल नर्व की बताई थी, टिम्पैनिक ब्रांच रीचेस विद इन द मिडिल ईयर और वन ऑफ द ब्रांचेस ऑन द टिम्पैनिक प्लेक्सस इज लेसर पेट्रोसल नर्व. ये मिडिल ईयर कैविटी से, मिडिल ईयर कैविटी से मिडिल क्रेनियल फोसा में आ जाता है और वहां से फिर ये मैंडिबुलर नर्व में मर्ज हो जाती है. ना लो कि ये नर्व सप्लाई है, नर्व सप्लाई तीन तरह की होगी पैरोटिड ग्लैंड में. वन ऑफ द मेजर सप्लाई इज द पैरासिम्पैथेटिक व्हिच इज सिक्रेटोमोटर. पैरासिम्पैथेटिक, ये पूरा कोर्स लिखना होगा तुम्हें नर्व सप्लाई का. तो पैरासिम्पैथेटिक नर्व सप्लाई क्या है? फ्रॉम द इंफीरियर salivatory nucleus within the brain stem, nerve fibers will run along the glossopharyngeal nerve. One of the branch of the glossopharyngeal nerve is tympanic branch, which reaches the middle ear where it forms the tympanic plexus. From the tympanic plexus, a nerve emerges out that is called lesser petrosal nerve, which reaches the middle cranial cavity. From the middle cranial cavity, this comes out through the foramen ovale along with mandibular nerve and will relay in the otic ganglion. ये पूरा यहां से यहां तक का कोर्स है प्री गैंग्लियोनिक फाइबर्स. The post ganglionic fibers, after being relayed in the post otic ganglion, they will come out through the auriculotemporal nerve, which is a branch of mandibular nerve, and through auriculotemporal nerve they will reach the parotid gland. ठीक. सिंपैथेटिक का देखते हैं. सिंपैथेटिक में क्या होता है? T1 के लेटरल हॉर्न से, ठीक है, जो sympathetic outflow है, that is thoracolumbar. So from the T1, first thoracic segment, the lateral horn, they're the preganglionic sympathetic fibers. They come out and they reach the superior cervical sympathetic ganglion. So preganglionic fibers are short, in the sympathetic. So they immediately relay in the superior cervical sympathetic ganglion. Then after being relayed, post-ganglionic sympathetic fibers, they will emerge and will run along the, tunica adventitia of the external carotid artery. And plexus around external carotid bana lenge. Then it will run along the plexus around middle meningeal artery. Okay? Middle meningeal artery, and then through the plexus around middle meningeal artery, they will reach the auriculotemporal nerve and reach the parotid gland. And parotid gland is covered by parotid fascia that has been supplied by auriculotemporal nerve C2 C3. और ये नर्व मिक्स हो जाते हैं तो फिर बन जाता है फ्रेज सिंड्रोम. ठीक है. लिम्फ नोड्स ऑफ दिस रीजन आर प्रीऑरिकुलर, सुपरफिशियल एंड डीप. ठीक. तो दीज आर द डीप पैरोटिड लिम्फ नोड्स. तुम्हें पता है ग्रेट ऑरिकुलर नर्व सप्लाई करते हैं स्किन को, एंड ऑरिकुलोटेम्पोरल नर्व सिक्रेटोमोटर सप्लाई है. ये स्लाइड लास्ट टेस्ट में देख लो जल्दी से. प्री ऑरिकुलर लिम्फ नोड्स कौन कौन से हो जाते हैं? आई मीन द एरिया दैट इट ड्रेन्स इज साइड ऑफ द स्काल्प ड्रेन करेगा, पार्ट ऑफ द आईलिड्स ड्रेन करेगा, ऑर्बिट को, टेम्पल रीजन को ड्रेन करेगा. इट विल ड्रेन द लेटरल सरफेस ऑफ द ऑरिकल, it will drain the external acoustic meatus, it will drain the middle ear cavity, it will drain the parotid gland and the upper part of the cheeks. This much area is drained into the parotid, superficial and deep lymph nodes. So they are the primary lymph nodes. Then efferents from these lymph nodes will go deep into the upper deep cervical lymph nodes, and upper deep cervical lymph nodes are jugulodigastric lymph nodes. ठीक. So in short, you can remember this A area. This area and the structures deep inside भी याद रखने पड़ेंगे, जैसे middle ear cavity भी आती है. They are all draining into the preauricular lymph nodes. In the oral cavity, you are seeing this is the opening of the parotid duct opposing the second molar. यहाँ से हम रेडियो ओपेक डाई डाल सकते हैं in case if you have to visualize a sciogram. इसको साइलोग्राम कहते हैं, यानी कि हमें एक्सरे लेना है कि if there are occasionally stones found within the Stenson's duct. तो to visualize the site of obstruction, यहाँ से हम इंजेक्ट कर सकते हैं डाई, और उसको हम विजुअलाइज करते हैं. सायोग्राम कहते हैं उसको, साइलोग्राम. Then this is a frenulum on the underside of the tongue. You are seeing this the fold. This is called sublingual fold. At the medial surface, you find is the submandibular duct on the sublingual fold, and there are 10 to 12 sublingual salivary gland के there are ducts also. ठीक. Incision for periodictomy is given above and below to the Stenson's duct, and they are given horizontal. At least इतनी बात याद रखना कि horizontal incisions देते हैं so as to avoid injury or cutting the branches of facial nerve, because they are running horizontally. So horizontal incisions are given for parotid duct. Structures pierced by Stenson's duct बहुत पूछा गया है, याद रखना. The structures pierced by is firstly the buccal pad of fat, then it will pierce the buccopharyngeal fascia, then the masseter muscle, and masseter तो पहले ही pierce कर दी. This masseter के तो anterior border पे आती है. This is buccinator, and इस पे जो course है, this is an oblique course. Oblique course से बताया था. While blowing, यानी जब हम blow करते हैं, the air should not go back into this parotid duct. So that's why oblique course prevent blowing of air into the parotid gland. Then it opens to this vestibule. This is gingivo-buccal vestibule opposite the second molar. ठीक है, दिस इज CT स्कैन व्यू you find is the parotid gland with a tumor. ट्यूमर इसमें दो तरह के होते हैं, वन इज अ मिक्स ट्यूमर विच इज बिनाइन ट्यूमर, अदर इज कैंसर. जो बिनाइन होता है दे आर नॉट पेनफुल and they're not hard, or they're not fixed to the fascia. जो कैंसर होता है that will get adherent to the fascia. तो फाइनली इट इज ऑल डन. द स्टेप्स ऑफ डिसेक्शन पैरोटिड ग्लैंड का डिसेक्शन क्लासेस हो नहीं रहे हैं. एटलीस्ट यू कैन सी कि इनिशियली स्किन रिमूव करके अंडरलाइन क्या दिख रहा है, सुपरफिशियल फाशा विच इज थिक फाशा. ठीक है, एंड ऑफ कोर्स इसमें कोई इन्फेक्शन होता है, इट विल बी पेनफुल स्वेलिंग. आफ्टर रिमूविंग द superficial fascia, you will find the parotid gland. देन इसके बाद हमें क्या दिखेगा, फेशियल नर्व के सारी टर्मिनल ब्रांचेस. रिमेंबर वॉट एवर इंसिजन विल गिव विल बी अ हॉरिजॉन्टल इंसिजन. Okay, MCQ we are not doing because time is already up. We'll do it some other time. ठीक है.